So the step 2 in any abstract painting is to create some sort of texture. Otherwise, it'll be fine, but this is much better. So I usually will put in some sort of texture in the painting once the composition is set. So you can go around uh, your backyard, your pantry, believe it or not, some of the recycling stuff, and pick up things that you can use in your paintings. So I have a fork, a spoon, an old comb, um, the coffee holders, right? You can use the inside of this to make patterns. So if I open it up, there's so much interest in that. Take a piece of it, the the bags that your fruits and vegetables come, and use the netting in that. And of course I have my modeling paste and gels and stuff which I'll be using, but I also use some sand with gesso. I'll mix it up, and that makes it very interesting. And also some tissue paper, the ones your gifts come wrapped in. I don't throw them out, I save them, and then I can use them in my paintings if required. So what I first want to do is get emphasis on the shapes. So I'll be adding some of the modeling paste. This is from Liquitex, and I'll be adding that into the periphery, the shapes themselves. So I think I need a different knife for this work. Don't want to make it uniform. It's good that some places it's broken, some places, so I like that texture in it. All I'm doing is I'm spreading it like you would do icing on a cake. I also use old newspaper and pages of books in my paintings too. If you go onto my website and check out the gallery, you'll see I have done different things with that. And the ridges are perfectly fine. I like that. And if the structure paste goes a little outside from the lines, that's alright too, because my color will help define the shapes too. And it doesn't have to be completely properly defined. It can be little, it should actually, it's okay, it actually looks better if it runs off. Basically, I'm just finishing up all the shapes. And this, once complete, I would let it dry for at least one day before I start painting, so they kind of set in properly. So if I feel I need more, I put more. If I need to flatten something or give some more in shape, I go for it. If there are any loose pieces on the canvas, I can remove them now. And also once it dries out, if I feel like something's flaking off, that should be taken out too. Alright, so I think I have the thing captured here. I'm going to take sand with gesso and use that, because that will be very interesting too. All I'm doing is mixing sand with gesso. also sell all kinds of pastes and gel if you go to any craft store, and you could use those too. You could do the same thing yourself at home, and they can be a bit pricey, and if you don't use them often, they dry out soon. So see how nice that whole paste came about. And it doesn't come off, so don't worry about it. The gesso holds it. The idea is not to keep it uniform. The idea is to just spread it. And although I showed many ways to get texture, I might not use all of them in this painting. You see how I'm not keeping it uniform, I'm just kind of breaking it. So I even use some of it on the inside. Not all circles have to be covered, and not all shapes inside have to be circular. If you see a big chunk that you don't want to include in the painting, you can just take it out. All this stuff on your hand comes off when you wash with soap and water. Once again, this is just sand and gesso. Alright, so we let this dry for at least a day or two, and then we start painting. See you in the next step.